morning, everyone. Today I'm excited to talk to you about the concepts from Robert Kiyosaki's best-selling book, Rich Dad, Poor Dad, a book that has impacted millions and changed the way many people think about money and wealth. The story revolves around two very different father figures, his rich dad and poor dad, who shaped Kiyosaki's views on finances and ultimately his path to success. Through these two contrasting mindsets, Kiyosaki teaches us powerful lessons about the way we think about money, work, and life itself. One of the main differences between Kiyosaki's two father figures was their mindset toward money. His rich dad, who was a savvy businessman, believed in financial independence and working to build wealth through investing. He focused on acquiring assets, those things that generate income and appreciate in value over time. His poor dad, however, held traditional beliefs about money, working a steady job, earning a paycheck, and securing financial stability through education and job security. While his poor dad valued formal education and career advancement, his rich dad saw financial education as the real key to wealth. The fundamental takeaway here is simple yet profound. Your mindset determines your financial outcome. Do you see money as something to be worked for or as a tool to create opportunities for wealth and freedom? This brings us to the importance of financial education. It's clear that Kiyosaki believes traditional education, while important, isn't enough. While we all spend years learning about subjects in school, how many of us have spent any significant time learning about money itself? Kiyosaki's rich dad constantly stressed the need for understanding finances, how money works, how to manage debt, how to make investments, and how to identify and acquire assets. In contrast, his poor dad, who followed the traditional path of school, job, and security, never questioned the system. He believed that a stable job and a good degree would be enough. What Kiyosaki teaches us is that without financial literacy, we might find ourselves stuck in a cycle of earning money just to pay bills, without ever truly building wealth or achieving financial freedom. One of the most important lessons Kiyosaki shares is the distinction between assets and liabilities. Many people mistakenly think that owning a big house or a fancy car is a sign of wealth. But in reality, those things can often be liabilities, things that cost you money over time. His rich dad taught him to focus on acquiring true assets, things that generate income like rental property, stocks, or businesses that produce cash flow. Meanwhile, his poor dad often found himself caught in the trap of acquiring liabilities, thinking they were assets. Understanding this distinction is critical because, as Kiyosaki points out, building wealth is about having assets that work for you, not liabilities that drain your resources. Another central concept in Kiyosaki's book is the importance of taking risks and embracing entrepreneurship. His rich dad constantly encouraged him to take risks, to look for opportunities, and to not fear failure. To him, failure wasn't something to avoid, it was simply a lesson, a stepping stone on the path to success. On the other hand, his poor dad believed in the security of a steady job, avoiding risks at all costs, and trying to stay safe within the familiar. Kiyosaki believes that in order to achieve true wealth, you must be willing to take calculated risks. Entrepreneurship, whether it's starting a business, investing in real estate, or even creating passive income streams, is the key to breaking free from the traditional work for money cycle. Kiyosaki also emphasizes how wealth is created when you make money work for you. Instead of trading your time for money, you need to focus on ways to build systems that generate income even when you're not working. Rich Dad believed that by acquiring assets that produce cash flow, like investments, rental properties, or businesses, you can achieve financial freedom. Poor Dad, on the other hand, believed in earning money only through a job and working hard to climb the corporate ladder. But if your income depends solely on your time, you're always tied to a limited earning potential. The lesson here is about building multiple streams of income so that money comes to you, whether you're working or not. Of course, failure is a part of the process. Rich Dad understood that failure wasn't something to be feared or avoided, it was something to be learned from. He encouraged Kiyosaki to keep trying, to fail forward, and to use each setback as a lesson for growth. His poor dad, however, was afraid of failure. He saw it as something to avoid at all costs, which kept him from taking chances and stepping out of his comfort zone. In reality, those who embrace failure, learn from it, and keep going are the ones who eventually find success. Failure is a natural part of the journey, and without it, we wouldn't have the opportunities to grow and achieve great things. Ultimately, Rich Dad, Poor Dad challenges us to think differently about wealth and what it means to be financially free. It's not just about how much money you make, but about how you use your money to work for you. Kiyosaki encourages us to look at wealth from a broader perspective. True wealth isn't just about accumulating material possessions or climbing the corporate ladder. It's about freedom. It's about having the choice to live the life you want, to spend time with loved ones, to pursue your passions, and to invest in things that matter. So as we reflect on these lessons, let's remember that building wealth isn't a quick fix or a one-time decision. It's a process. It requires ongoing learning, a shift in mindset, and a willingness to embrace new ways of thinking about money. Whether we're just starting out on our financial journey or looking to take our wealth-building efforts to the next level, we can all benefit from the wisdom Kiyosaki shares in his book. By adopting the mindset of the rich dad, we can shift from simply working for money to making money work for us and ultimately achieve the financial freedom and life we desire. Thank you.